Adventurer David Grier completed his run of the Great Wall of China for the second time, making him the only person in the world to have run the entire 4,031-kilometer distance of the Great Wall in both directions. David, together with fellow athlete Andrew Stuart, experienced a number of challenges along the way. But to tell us a little bit more about this epic journey, David now joins us. A very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so how long did it actually take? The first time you did it was 93 days this time around?
Yeah, and then this time around we did it in 78 days. So we upped the distance from about 42 k's a day to close to 60 kilometers every day. So it was a push of note.
Wow. I mean, how do you even train for something like that? How do you even prepare for something like that?
You know, the weird thing is the training was over a period of 12 years. You condition yourself with all the other adventures, you know, to ultimately run this massive one at speed. So it's been a long training session, and before the run we trained for 8 months on Table Mountain every day, up and down to get ready for the event.
So, I mean, you guys were running over 60 k's every single day for 70 days straight.
78 days, yeah. The biggest push, we started in the mountains and the temperature was about minus 17, and we were trying to keep up the distance from the beginning. We got quite badly injured, so we had to halt the run and recover for a couple of days. And then we only had a certain amount of time in which we had to finish. So the last 42 days, we ran over 2,500 kilometers without taking a rest day. We just pushed on right through. So it was a massive toll on the body in that, but running with Andrew, he's an amazing character, and he always just kept us going every day. So it was special.
So what was your average time on your feet every day?
It varies on terrain. We would get up at 5 in the morning, 6 o'clock we'd hit the wall or the roads next to the wall. And some days you're out there for 8 hours, other days 12, 14 hours, just depending on terrain. But we had to try and hit the distance every day. So you carried on until you hit your target, and then you'd stop, sleep, rest, eat.
That's incredible. And you say you actually did get injured. There was a period that you were a little bit injured. What was the injury, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, what happened in the cold areas, we tightened our shoes too much and our feet were going numb because we didn't expect this cold snap of minus 20. And we over-tightened our shoes and actually pinched the tendons, the sheath around the tendon. So we got really bad tendonitis where your tendon actually swells in the sheath and you can't bend your foot. So we had a hot and cold treated and then start walking. We started 9 k's, 15 k's, and slowly we upped the pace again until we could run again. And now we had to catch up this distance. So it was rehab on the run. You can't stop.
I mean, it's quite incredible because most of the time when somebody does something like an ultramarathon or any massive endurance event, they have other people to lean on for information and to ask about their experience. Nobody's done this before, so you couldn't really stop and ask anybody. How important was it to actually listen to your body and just to draw on your other experiences?
We've learned to actually, you know, an event like this is body management. You've got to manage your body every single day. And between the two of us, we assist each other all the time with it. If one's injured, the other one slows and helps, and we get each other through it. And the most important thing is that mental mindset between the two of you. And we had a deal from the beginning that there's no ways that one of us would get to the wall's end without the other. We had this pact. So whatever happened, we pulled each other through. If it was mentally, physically, or sharing rations or whatever, we had this deal. We'll get each other to the end, and that's what happened in the end.
I saw a video of the journey, and you were climbing under a fence at one point. Tell us a little bit about the challenges and what you experienced.
Yeah, what often happens is you hit these military zones, and this one day we actually thought we were climbing out of a zone, but we actually climbed into a zone. So we climbed into this military area, and there we were trapped, and we got picked up by the military for about 7 hours, and it was a crazy day. But there were many fences that we had to hop and crawl and get under and get over. But it's all part of a journey like that. These obstacles are there all the time.
Why do this?
The main reason is a journey like this is bigger than the individual, and we as South Africans have put up our hands 12 years ago and said we want to make a difference in this country. And children born with clefts have been close to my heart and Andrew's, and over the last 12 years we formed this Simpler Miles for Smiles Foundation, where we run the miles to raise funds to create smiles in little ones. And over the 12 years we've raised enough through the foundation to put 2,500 children through surgery in partnership with Operation Smile. So, we always say we've given 2,500 little ones their God-given right back to a smile. So, for us, that's what makes us take that difficult step where you think you can't take another one. You think of that little face and you get there.
How many smiles have you put back on children's faces after running the Great Wall for a second time?
We got back, and 2 weeks later, my daughter was with Operation Smile in Mozambique. And there they did 60 children, across the border, putting our hands out to our neighbors. And the fundraising is ongoing. We've raised, I think, over 300,000 now, and we fundraise till the end of the year. And our target, we want to hit 500,000 or so, and I'm sure we'll do that.
Lovely stuff. David Grier, thank you so much for coming into studio and sharing just a taste of what you went through. I mean, the pictures are incredible, but people can find out more on the website about that Great Wall of China journey that you did for a second time, along with Andrew Stuart. Thanks so much for coming into studio.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
All right, that's how we actually come to the end of your sport, and it's time now for Headline News.